Hey, I am Hargovind Kakkar and I represent Meeraki Spaces. Meeraki Spaces is a venture of Meeraki World. We are into real estate as a domain, and we also serve education and mental health domains under Meeraki Scholar and Meeraki Minds. In the business of real estate, the team has an experience of more than a decade representing real estate as a business and working in the area of buying, selling, leasing, renting properties for more than 10 years now. As the word itself says, it's real. Okay, so there is no other investment opportunity which talks about the word real in it. So, for the ease of the viewer, I'd like to say you can define real estate from the word start, S-T-A-R-T. So S represents security. So real estate is the investment which helps you create security, not just for yourself, but for your family. So if you buy a house, it's an abode for your family where they can feel secure about it. T represents tangibility. So in the era of digitization and computations, we have created a virtual world, as Facebook says, the meta universe. Real estate is a universe which is tangible, so you can touch and feel and add emotions to it. Whether it is a house, it is a factory, it is an office. Okay? So there's a tangible element to it. So that makes it even more important for individuals to invest in it. Third is A. A represents appreciation. Okay, so we all understand that land is limited. Okay? The only natural resource, land, is limited, and it's gonna appreciate with time. So if you invest in a real estate property, gradually you can expect appreciations. And when we talk about appreciations, this appreciation is definitely more than appreciations in other investments. R represents returns. Okay? In the era of innovations, so there are multi-model returns now available. There are different products which are available. Okay? Important here is that returns not just in the property, but you can expect fixed monthly returns, okay, annual returns, trades, even bank guarantees to properties. And last is T, and T is tax benefit. When you invest, the government doesn't ask for tax. When you reinvest, you can save even more tax. And capital gains is as less as possible as compared to other taxes which you pay, whether it is GST or income tax. So START defines how important real estate is. So the sooner you start, the better it is. So timing is definitely important. And when you talk about individuals who are now stepping into the job market or the market where they will start earning, and there are people who have created generations of wealth, there are people who are entrepreneurs, family businessmen. There are always good times and there are always times when you should hold your investments. So it's important to gather a lot of information about how market is changing. Okay? Where is the threshold? And that happens over a period of time. Okay? There are people who would say every time is best time, you should invest yesterday. Okay? That's a common saying in all investment opportunities, because you will expect gradual appreciations over a period of time. So there are good times where there are new avenues of investment which have come up. It is important to gather that knowledge. And there are times where you should hold and delay your investment opportunities. So there is no one short answer here, but yes, it's important to acquire knowledge to think about your investments. So property potential or factors to be considered, there is a simple 4G answer to it. Okay? So as we say, 4G technology is fast, and 4G is a buzzword these days. Now it has moved to 5G. So first G is understanding the government and the global landscape. Okay? Is the government putting its money on a particular infrastructure? that helps you decide whether you should put your money to it. Is there a global change in a particular sector where the sector requires different things? Let's say IT. Okay, IT is going to grow. Every organization will eventually become a technology organization, because technology will not just be remaining a support function, it's going to become a primary function. So technology is now not just using physical spaces, but also using virtual spaces. And technology is also expecting real estate in a different way. So understanding how the global landscape and global businesses will change will give you the direction to invest. Let's say if today there is a particular location wherein IT companies are investing because of the government intervention. Yes, it is a good place to choose that as a location. So location decision comes from government and global landscape. That's the first G. Second G is to understand whether there is gap or not. Okay. Tri-City has an international airport now. Okay. It was a domestic airport years ago. It became an international airport. There's a lot of infrastructure which has come up around that airport. And infrastructure has come up from various places, individuals, okay, organizations, cooperatives, even builders. Understanding whether that location suits and there is gap today, and there's a lot of potential which will gradually be filled. Third is goodwill, okay, goodwill or reputation. So associating with organizations who have experience in goodwill. Okay, I would like to mention SBP here, and organizations which have experience like SBP, who have the reputation and goodwill, and who work with transparency. Okay, goodwill comes with transparency, is one very important factor in choosing your investment in real estate. And last and most important is acquiring and gathering as much knowledge as possible. Okay? So like I said, government and global landscape, gathering knowledge, gap and goodwill. These are the 4 G's. And the 5th G is looking for the greater good. If you are looking only and only to create wealth for yourself, that's a small term or a short-sighted vision. If you look at creating wealth for a longer period of time, if you have far-sightedness, the vision is big, you're doing for a greater good, the 5th G will create immense wealth for you as well as for your generations. A house of lakhs and crores can fetch you a rent of thousands. House is one investment one should always look at buying. And when I say this, it is not about creating a house which probably will eat all your savings and all the funds you can acquire, and okay, you look for external financing as well. It is to create that first S or security for your family, that you own this place, okay? It belongs to you. Okay, that peace of having your own place, that peace when you sleep, when you go back home after your work, is an unparalleled peace. Second, it creates belongingness. A house is not just brick and mortar, okay? It is full of emotions. It is where a family nurtures, it is where a family creates memories. So it's important to look into the emotional part of you own that place. Okay? Even if you rent a place and if you live there for years, there's an emotional attachment to the place. So when you move out of that place, okay, it's a very disturbing element. And last and most important, rentals are on the rise. Okay? Rentals are increasing. Properties, housing was probably fetching rentals of 20 to 30%. Now it is moved to 40%. Gradually this number will increase. So rentals will always increase. Today, even if you invest in a small house, whether it is a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom, it's gonna help you create that security that yes, you own this place. And last and most important, it is an asset you're creating for yourself. Like Robert Kiyosaki says, okay, the great Robert Kiyosaki, when he wrote the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, that you should always invest and buy assets and not liabilities. So house is an appreciating asset. So it is always good to invest in assets. Thank you so much.